Hello everyone, how are you? This is Karen and Alex with Karen's Stamping Place. Today is December 30th. Oh my goodness. I just can't believe it's the 30th already. It is 6 p.m. and I have to do that because I yawn all the time. It's crazy. Okay. So we have a fun card for you tonight, and we aren't going to hang out chatting too much. We're buffering, but just wanted to let you know that celebration starts next week on Tuesday. And if you don't have a demonstrator yet and you would like to receive one of these catalogs, please feel free to message me, leave me a comment. I would be more than happy to send one of those catalogs off to you. Okay.
It's so exciting.
So we're going to scroll down. We are going to use our Simply scoreboard tonight. I don't often use this anymore because of the new trimmer that we have, which I need to use first. But for tonight's card, I'm going to show you. This is what I'm going to show you to make. Isn't that pretty?
I love it.
Oh, it just turned out so well. So this is faux tile. It's an old technique, but one that we don't use very often. So I just want to show you how to do it. So I'm first going to cut my cardstock for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut my cardstock in half at 5.5 inches. And then I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. And then that's going to make up our card base. Okay, and then I can just fold that in half and burnish it.
The colors match. The colors today match your new vase.
Oh. My mom gave me a vase over here. Well, it's a canister to hold my sacred peanut M&Ms in. Okay, I'm gonna cut this piece down to 3 3/4, and I can get 2 pieces out of this. 3 3/4, and I did it wrong, but that's okay. If I did it the other way, you could get 2 pieces out of it, but I cut it the wrong way, so I'm not gonna get 2 pieces, but that's all right.
It's scrap.
It's scrap, and we learn every time. Okay.
And we'll still use it.
So I'm going to cut this one down. This is Bumblebee cardstock. And I'm cutting this at 5 1/4. This is our layer. I should put that down there. And then I'm going to cut this at 4. Now this one I can get 2 pieces out of because I cut it the right way. But actually on that sheet of cardstock you can actually get 4 pieces. So anyway, that is our layer that will go behind our faux tile piece when we're done. Okay, let me move my trimmer. I'm all done with that, and I need my scoreboard. Okay, so one of the things I did when I got my scoreboard is I put a line down the center. So 6 inches is the center of the scoreboard. So I put a line down for me. And then you're going to take your stylus that came with the scoreboard, and you're going to use the bigger end. It helps make a deeper impression. And normally for designer series paper I would use, or for cardstock I would use the other end, but for this time I want that deeper impression. So I'm going to go right down the center. Okay, so I am left-handed, so I'm going to go to my left first. And I'm just going at 1/4 inch increments. And if I follow, not 1/4 inch, I said that wrong, 1/2 inch. If I follow this down from the top, then I know exactly where to go. Okay. So now I'm not going to turn it yet. I'm just going to switch hands because I am ambidextrous a little bit. So I can use both hands. But I am left-handed, and it is more comfortable in my left hand. But this does not bother me to switch. Now, you guys can just find the best way. You can, you know, hold on over here and do it. It'll work out either way. Okay, so I'm going to give it a turn. And now I'm going to go opposite of what I did. Okay, so I'm going to just start making my 1/2 inch scores, and I'll show it really close when we get done. So I'm just moving my hand and moving my fingers and then moving my stylus to my other hand. It's just so much easier for me. But you have to just figure out what's easier for you when you do this. But like I said, this would be difficult to do on your trimmer.
I can imagine.
Do you guys see that?
Ooh, it looks like a waffle cone.
It does. It's so cool. Okay, I'm going to hand this off to Alex.
Yay, it's mine.
And I'm going to grab a sheet of paper. All right, I have one up here that I can stamp on. And the reason why I need that sheet of paper is I'm going to be stamping off the edges a little bit, okay? So I'm going to pull in my Bumblebee ink. And I'm going to be, did I tell you what stamp set we were using? I don't think I did.
So.
We're using Positive Thoughts. I just love this stamp set. It's good for building corners or building a floral image, you know, like having the leaves and everything. It's good for background stamps. I don't know. This is just a really fun set to use. And then it has a coordinating die cut set called Nature's Thoughts. So I'm going to use this flower stamp first.
Hi, Mom.
Well, hello, Miss Susie. And I'm going to just start randomly stamping on here. And you just want to hold it for a second, just making sure the ink absorbs into your paper. And I'm just turning it so I get it stamped kind of random. You don't want everything always going the same direction. Okay, let's see if I need to fill in anywhere. I can, you know, add a little bit there. Maybe add a little bit there. But for the most part, I think we're pretty filled in. I don't want to put too much on there. Okay, so now I'm going to set that on my chamois and set my oh, nope, I'm going to stamp one more image with my bumblebee before I put it away. I have to die cut it later, but this way it's already stamped. So I'm just going to stamp the butterfly image on this piece of Whisper White. And that way I can cut that out when I'm ready. All right, next I'm going to stamp everything and then do some cutting. I've got this piece of Old Olive, and I'm going to grab some Old Olive ink. And I'm going to just ink that up and give it a stamp. Just hold it for a second to transfer the ink. Okay.
It is a really cool technique, Mom.
Yeah, it's different. I've not done it in a really long time. And I'm trying, again, I've said this before, I'm trying to find different ways to use the cardstock without using a lot of Whisper White, since we don't have Whisper White at this time. Our Whisper White, the plant that made the ink, had to close because of, that made the paper products, had to close because of COVID. And so Stampin' Up! Has found another company that will make it, but it will be called Basic White. And we have sold out. So we have no white that we can get at this time. However, Stampin' Up! Is working hard to get our Basic White in. But look, I mean, it just makes us branch out a little bit and try to use other colors and things. And I think we're really finding some pretty different ways to use our products. Okay, so I'm using the Everyday Label Punch, and I'm punching the Sentiment, Hugs, Prayers, and Love. Okay, now I'm gonna pull in my favorite new toy. It is our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's
cute.
tiny. Look at how tiny it is. So yeah, this is one of my favorite new toys, guys. It is so tiny and so lightweight. And so anything smaller than 3 inches is a good way to use this cutting machine. So everything I have today is going to be smaller than 3 inches, so we're going to use it. So I actually pulled this out of Forever Fern.
Forever Flourishes.
Yes. I just wanted something else, and we didn't have anything else in the dies. So I'm going to give this a cut. Now this one I did cut earlier, and I noticed that it needed to go through twice. One of the things that we found out with using this machine, people have been having a hard time getting these things to roll. So one of the things you might want to think about doing is not having everything flush. So you want to kind of have things staggered. I don't know if you guys can see how I've staggered it. Maybe that'll show you better. It makes it run through your machine much faster and smoother because it can grab it. Now with that being said, I'm not going, no, it's going. It's just awkward the way I have it. So that is just something they told us. Let me push it out because I kind of got some plates crooked there. You know, they're trying to help us out with these machines and telling us ways to run them through that's much smoother. And a lot of people have been having it not grab at the beginning, and so they suggested staggering, and it really does help. Okay, vellum is kind of thick and different, and so I'm just going to pull this apart. And on this die, they don't just pop out. So I'm going to just kind of pop some of those pieces out and then give these a little push. And I'm using my spatula end of my Take Your Pick tool. I think that works really good for this die because it does have the little slices instead of holes. And so I can pop them out a little easier.
I like the design of this die, how the leaves look.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? I mean, it's different than what we've had. So then I'm just going to take and put my spatula end underneath and just kind of lift up and just kind of pull it off that way. So I don't tear anything. So I don't want to tear anything. Okay, I'm at the bottom and I can just kind of work that out. All right, so I have, whoops, that piece went flying.
Yes, it
Okay.
did.
So we have that piece cut, okay? So now we're gonna cut our butterfly. Alice, would you mind handing me a Post-it note? I forgot to bring washi tape or something over here. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Let me move this machine out of the way. So I grabbed a Post-it note and I'm just gonna take some of the tacky off of it because I don't want it to overstick and pull the image off. So I moved my camera kind of funky tonight because it's really far back. Normally I have it a little closer. But we were playing around, you know. We have to hustle when it's time to go live. Okay, oh, I moved it. Okay, so I just prefer putting a Post-it note down. It makes me feel secure. And I'm staggering my plates again like they told us and showed us. Okay. I'm going to put them in my die cutting machine and just roll that butterfly. Now these come out really super easy, but you got to be careful because of the Post-it note. It does mash down and you want to make sure you don't ruin your image. So there we have our butterfly, and now I'm going to do the leaves with the leaf die. And I'm going to use the Post-it note again. So I'm just going to line that up where I want it. Okay. And just put the Post-it note. See, I move it every time. It's quite frustrating. If you stick your tongue out just right, you might get it right.
This is very true. It's a tried and true method of getting things centered.
Okay, so I've got that laid down. Okay, put it on my bottom base plate.
How staggered did they say?
Oh, just a little bit. Just if, so the way the Big Shot rollers work, if you put it in flat, you're trying to go over like a ledge that just isn't going to work. So you don't have to stagger it too much, but you do want to make sure it's staggered. And every time it catches, it's just so nice and easy.
Is it something you can use with the big one too?
You know, probably the big new cutting machine. Yeah, absolutely. Woo, snap it up. I love that
It's like a snapping
machine.
turtle.
I know. Okay, I just love it. All right, I'm going to put my Post-it note there, grab my pieces. Whoops, grab the wrong piece. Put that aside. Clean up a little bit so I can put my card together now. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, since we're way back here, I don't know how I did that.
I don't know either.
We're going to take our Stampin' Seal. It's really far over there too. Everything's so far away.
Kind of got pushed back.
I think so, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. One of these days we'll have it just perfect where we don't have to worry, right?
This would be really cute to use with like the ice cream and everything.
Wouldn't it? Oh, I can't wait till we can play with that, Alex.
It would be so cute.
Yeah, maybe this weekend we'll have to have a play day.
Yay.
I'm the one who gets busy on the weekends, not her so much. Okay, so I got that a little crooked. But it's far away from me.
It is. It is just a
I'm stretched out. Okay, but that's all right. Let's try it from the bottom end. People have their ends that they prefer. That sounded terrible. Okay, all right, I got that taped down the way I like it. I like this at the top. I'm going to get my ribbon. Now on the other card, I used the solid bumblebee ribbon. On this one, I wanted to try the gingham and see how I liked it. Let's see, I want this on this side. Okay, and I'm just doing a square knot, nothing fancy. Just right over left, left over right, just making a beautiful little square knot. Okay. Come on. Okay. And then you just get it how you want it. Just roll it a little bit, and then you'll have a really nice square knot.
Oh, I like the gingham.
It's kind of different, huh? Compared to what the other one looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll take just a little bit more off of this side. All right. I'm not going to worry about it too much until after I get everything laid down. Okay, but at this point we can take and put this on the card base. The other thing I cannot wait for us to play with are the sponges. Really do some sponging. We're gonna have to try it with the Very Vanilla or on the Shimmer White. We still have Shimmer White, so we can use a lot of that still. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is take our sentiment and build our card. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the far side of this, and one down at the bottom. Let's see. I just want to make some space for my greenery on here, and I'm going to go ahead and just pull this off. Okay. Now, oh look, I have a dimensional that just doesn't want to come off. Okay, so for this, you can just take some of your adhesive and just pick it up, and we're going to put our greenery in. Now this can go anywhere you want it, however you want it. It'll look pretty. And then we're just going to tuck that down in, and just make sure that's straight. And there we go. And then
I like it.
just a glue dot. Now I moved those.
Uh-oh.
Can never find anything. It's always missing. And then we'll do just a glue dot for this butterfly, and we're going to put it up just a little higher. So there we have it. Let me know which one in the comments you like better. Do you like the one with the solid ribbon or the gingham? I think I like the solid.
I like the solid.
I think so. I think it pops more.
This kind of lightens it too.
It does. What do you think, Miss Susie? You're watching us. Which one do you like? Okay, so I want to say thank you guys for watching us tonight. I hope you enjoyed this technique. And I'm going to ask that you please, if you like this, subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out getting viewers out there, and share this with your friends if you liked it. Also, hit the like button and let me know that you liked it, and then hit the notifications if you want to know whenever we go live. Oops, I turned this around.
No.
Here I am trying to fool around with the camera again. And I give you the blinds.
No, they never saw it.
Okay. All right. Well,
They
thank
never
you
saw it.
guys so much for joining us.